The fact of the matter is, the real estate market is oversaturated with real estate agents. Dark to start off with, I know, but those are the facts. So, as a brand new real estate agent, how in the world are you going to go about differentiating yourself and getting clients? If you're new here, welcome. My name is Amanda. I'm glad you're here. This channel is all about teaching you how to grow your real estate business without ever making that dreaded cold call. I'm gonna dive right into it today. I think this is such an important topic and one that each year as we evolve becomes more and more apparent. The real estate industry does not need any more jack of all trades. There are millions, 4 million to be exact, real estate agents in the United States. And yes, some are leaving the industry because of the market that we're in, but it's certainly not enough to make a dent in the fact that it's oversaturated. So if you are brand new to real estate, please, I beg you, sit down and work on determining who your ideal client is going to be. You have got to become a specialist. You need a niche. You need to know that client's pain points so that you can give all the solutions on how to get them to what their end goal is. You need to know that client up one side, down the other. You need to know everything about them, their fears, their wants, their desires, and that's who you're going to be talking to in your marketing. This is not a blanket approach that doesn't work anymore. And in order to really carve out a space for yourself in the real estate industry, you've got to know who your ideal client is. So, why does a niche matter? A niche matters because then you become the expert and you are talking directly to the client that you are looking to serve. Now, I get a lot of pushback from new real estate agents who say, but wait a minute, I still want to work with other people if they want to work with me. Don't worry, truly have no fear. Just because you work in a specific niche doesn't mean that other people won't contact you. What it simply does is give you the ability to have a clear marketing message that's tailored towards the client that you're looking to attract. Think about if you're in like a massive party somewhere and you're trying to get someone's attention, but it's just super loud and you keep saying, hey, and nobody is stopping to see what it is that you need. But if you say that person's name and say, hey, Amanda, I guarantee you anybody named Amanda is going to go, oh, hey, what can I help you with? That's what you want to do with your messaging, and that's why a niche matters. If you are just blasting stuff out to the masses, you're not going to attract your ideal client, and you're actually not going to attract anyone at all. So now let's talk about how to find your ideal client. And this is going to take a little bit of self-reflection and looking at who you are as a person, what your lifestyle is, what your skill set is, and who you want to serve. Really sit down and think about it. If you have a few transactions under your belt, is there one that you specifically enjoyed? Was that person a first-time home buyer? Were they an upsizer, a downsizer? Were they relocating to your area? There's a lot of different niches that are out there, but I think that it's really important when choosing your niche to definitely look at your skill set because you want to be able to serve them on that higher level and be that specialist. But you also, of course, want to enjoy who you're working with. So take some time, break out the pen and paper. I'm a big fan of that versus typing when it's something like this. And just get those ideas flowing to help yourself narrow down what niche it is you want to focus on. My next tip is you're not marrying your niche. Don't worry about that you're making this commitment for the rest of your real estate career. That's not the case. And you may even develop another niche as your career goes along. You are focused on who you are today as a person, what your skill set is, and how you can best serve a specific group of people with your messaging. It doesn't mean that you're making a life commitment. And I think that that's really important, and I can share some personal insight on this. My husband moved to Charleston, South Carolina about 3 years ago, and we started a long distance marriage. We were already married, but that was our new chapter. And because of that move, it sent us into a position where we wanted to get into a home that we were gonna stay in for some time, and we are relocating, we're upsizing, and it took 3 moves to do it. So I was already in the relocation niche. And then from there, I added upsizing because I had a firsthand deep understanding of what that process looks like, what the pain points are, and what the solutions are. So really also look back to your life experience and what you bring to the table just because of what you've done and the moves you've made in your own life. My next tip is breaking down the nitty-gritty details of who your ideal client is. I really want you to think about this. Think about what their careers are, what their lifestyle is, their demographic. Think about where they like to eat. Are they running the kids to certain activities in the afternoons or the weekends? Where do they like to hang out and spend time? Do they like to travel? What kind of cars do they drive? Really think about their overall lifestyle and who this ideal client is. And the reason for that is you're then going to incorporate those details into the messaging that you're sharing in the form of your content. This is going to guide you on what videos to be making, what Instagram posts to be making, what you should be sharing in your stories. It will become your roadmap so that you know that all of your messaging is catered towards this ideal client that you are working to attract. Next up is provide value. Providing value is really the name of the marketing game these days. You've got to be providing something beneficial. This could be your video posts. It could be on your Instagram or your TikTok or your LinkedIn or Facebook, or in the form of coordinating and running a Facebook group. There are a lot of ways that you can provide value, but it's so important to come from a place of giving and showing them that you are the specialist in this niche. You know it up one side and down the other, and you can come in and make the process so much smoother for them because you know exactly what you're doing. You're there to be that expert for them and guide them every step of the way. And the best way to showcase that is to provide value in a form that they can consume it. And eventually what they're going to start is discovery first. And once they get to know you a little bit better, then it's, oh, she really knows her stuff, or he really knows his stuff. And then from there, it's going to be a know, like, and trust process. And it takes time. It's not going to be quick. But I'm here to tell you, if you are really drilled down on who that ideal client is and providing value to solve their problems, you will attract that client. So what do you do next? You have a little homework in this video. You need to define your niche. You need to drill down on who your ideal client is. And then you need to be able to create content that provides value for that ideal client. Chip away at it. It's not going to happen overnight, but I truly believe if you sit down and invest some time in this, you could have it all put together within the next couple of days and then start actually producing that content to provide value to that ideal client. I hope you got some value from today's video. If you did, please consider hitting that like button. And until I see you on the next one, take care.